Have you ever paused to consider just how profoundly one single individual can completely alter someone's life, their whole trajectory,
Yeah.
even when, it seems like all the odds are stacked against them?
It's a really powerful idea.
It is. And what's really compelling is finding out how this plays out in contexts you might not immediately, well, expect.
So today we're doing a deep dive into some really impactful material. It's from excerpts titled "The Power of One Supportive Teacher."
Okay.
And this piece, it shares a truly remarkable story, an anecdote, and then it kind of distills some core insights. It's about a fundamentally different way of understanding and supporting children.
Right. So our mission today really is to dig into that. How exactly can a fundamental shift in perspective, just by one person, transform what looks like a really challenging, maybe even desperate situation into a story of, well, flourishing, incredible flourishing? And as we go through this, I really want you, the listener, to consider what this might mean for your own understanding of challenging behaviors, wherever you might encounter them. So the material, it grabs you right away. It describes this child whose school file simply said disruptive.
Wow, just disruptive.
Yeah. Can you imagine? And this wasn't just some label stuck on it. It was like his perceived identity, his whole story defined by that word.
And not just a one-off thing either, right?
No, exactly. He'd already been suspended twice before he even got to third grade.
Wow.
So that initial label, that history,
Yeah.
it really cemented how everyone saw him.
But then comes the turning point. This piece, it highlights the arrival of one teacher, just one, who saw things, well, radically different.
Okay, so what was different?
What's truly fascinating here, and this is where the real insight lies, I think, is that she didn't see a bad kid. That's the quote.
Right.
Instead, she saw a brain that struggled with transitions, not defiance.
Okay, that distinction, seeing a struggle versus defiance, it sounds kind of subtle maybe. But what makes that such a powerful shift? Why is that such a game changer in how we approach these behaviors?
Well, it completely reframes the whole problem, doesn't it?
Okay.
So instead of looking at a child's actions as like a moral failing or, they're just being willfully rebellious, it shifts the perspective. Suddenly it's a neurological challenge. It's about how their brain is working.
Right.
And that subtle shift, it's actually profound. It immediately moves the solution away from punishment, discipline.
Towards understanding.
Exactly. Towards understanding, towards support, accommodation. It just unlocks entirely different possibilities.
Yeah.
And this brain-based approach, you see it championed a lot in fields like understanding fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, FASD.
Right, FASD. Yeah.
Where understanding those unique brain differences is absolutely crucial to understanding behavior. It just shows how transformative this kind of shift can really be.
Okay, so she had this different understanding, this different perspective. Yeah. What did she actually do then? What did it look like in practice?
Well, the anecdote details her approach, and it sounds almost deceptively simple.
Okay.
She gave him time, structure, gentle words.
Time, structure, gentle words.
Yeah,
That's it.
It sounds simple, but think about the shift. From what usually happens, more discipline, more frustration, maybe raising your voice.
Right, escalation.
Exactly, to just patient support. It's huge.
And the impact. What happened with the child?
Oh, the impact was, well, almost immediate and completely transformative, the account tells us, very directly. And for the first time, he flourished.
Wow, he flourished.
That phrase, it just connects those specific empathetic actions of this one adult straight to a clear positive outcome for this child who everyone else had basically written off. So if we kind of zoom out now, connect this to the bigger picture. The overarching message from this material, it's incredibly clear. Understanding how a brain works, how certain brains might struggle, it isn't about finding some magic fix.
Right.
As the piece puts it, it's about a fundamental mindset shift.
A mindset shift.
Yeah. And the conclusion is so powerful, it really emphasizes that just one supportive adult can change a child's entire trajectory. That, for me anyway, that's the central insight we should really be taking away today.
That really hits home. It really does. And it makes me wonder, though, what's the hardest part about truly adopting that mindset, when you're actually faced with challenging behaviors day to day?
That's a good question. I think often it's letting go of our first reaction, our initial assumptions.
Like what?
Like that ingrained idea that behavior is always 100% a choice, a conscious choice.
No.
Adopting this mindset, it requires us to kind of step back, take a breath, observe, and ask, what's really going on here? Instead of just reacting to the surface behavior, the thing that's pushing our button.
Exactly. Okay, so let's bring this back to you, the listener. Think about this mindset principle, not just in a classroom, but maybe in your own life or things you observe.
Yeah.
Where might you start to see a situation differently? Where could shifting from seeing defiance to seeing a struggle, where could that unlock totally new possibilities?
Maybe it's in a team at work. Or even, within your own family dynamics.
Could be anywhere.
Absolutely. And this brings up, I think, an important question for you to maybe mull over later.
Yeah.
What are the underlying assumptions you might be making when you encounter situations you find, disruptive or challenging in your own life? And building on this material's emphasis on understanding the brain, how might actually adopting a brain-based approach. So moving from asking what's wrong with this person to asking what's going on in their brain that's causing this behavior, how might that truly transform your perspective, your approach?
Yeah, that's a powerful reframing.
It really is. And as the material encourages us, let's learn. Because every child deserves someone who gets it. And it certainly reminds us that, well, #teachers matter.
Absolutely. A lot to think about there.